This is an Eye on Annapolis bonus podcast.
Alrighty, I should have brought my sunglasses this morning because the reflection off of Steve Samaras' jacket is unbelievable. He looks like Monty Hall incarnate. But we're here talking with Zachary's Jewelers because this is kind of a big deal. You guys are having, it's actually your second annual game show sale. I mean, you're not a big Eddie, well, except maybe today, but a guy that's known for a lot of sales, and this is really kind of a big deal, and we do want to talk about that. But the first thing I want to do is we're also sitting here with Constance Polamalu, who is your operations manager and superstar and all sorts of things, which you've been unabashedly saying a couple times that we've spoken. But congratulations to Constance for getting the 20 under 40. So now we know how old she is.
Under 40, remember that.
By the Jewelers of America. And that is that's huge.
When you figure, John, there are over 30,000 jewelry stores in the United States.
Right.
And an average, I would assume, of half dozen people employed by those jewelers.
And how many are under?
How many are under 40? The majority of them, with the exception of the person sitting across the table from you, of course. But to be selected as one of 20 out of the tens of thousands of people under 40 that work in the jewelry industry is just a phenomenal feat.
Well, it's huge. I mean, when I realized this was coming out, I started doing the math myself, and I'm going, okay, well, how many jewelers are there that I know of, like in Anne Arundel County and in the area? I'm like, like, wow, that's just one little pocket of America here. And then you think about the metro, the D.C. and Baltimore and Philly and New York, and you're like one of 20.
It's shocking, honestly.
That's congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Did you get like a tiara?
I didn't, but I still have my old one, so we'll just keep that one.
I'd like to add to that, most important, as I'm sitting here with the king in 2020. Most importantly, her name was provided to the Jewelers of America not by anyone that you know, or actually, but by someone who is considered the top female person in our industry. She's the president of two major corporations, manufacturing corporations, and provided J.A. Constance's resume and name, and here she is.
So it's not one of those, hey, we've advertised in Jewelers of America magazine for 20 years. We're due.
I'll be honest, when I got the email, I scrolled to the bottom because I was thinking, all right, it's going to be one of those things like, oh, you're one of the best, and for $2,500 you can reserve your page in the yearbook. Right. I thought for sure that's what it was. So.
She called me first, and I of course said, yeah, of course I put your name in. Why wouldn't I? Which I didn't. I just taking the credit for it.
Well, congratulations. Well deserved. I mean, I know that you have, turned Zachary's Jewelers kind of upside down, sideways, and all in good ways, though, over the years. And one of those is the game show sale that's coming back again. And that's going to be April 8th through the 10th at your store. And I couldn't help but notice your new facade. The bright green show.
You can blame all of this on Constance.
Well, you're coming back for round two, so it obviously worked in 2021.
It was wildly successful. I had I didn't know what to expect. I mean, we've attempted smaller versions of a sale over the course of years, or the past 30 years. But nothing like this, nothing to the magnitude of what this is. And I think it represents even more so who we are and what we mean to the community. We like to believe we're a fun store. Our clients are not clients, they're friends. And this is just an example of having a sale with a game show theme. I mean, people came in last year and actually had fun. They had a great time participating in these games.
I was looking, and you can go to the website. It's zacharysjewelers.com/game-show-sale. And as I was reading through it, I was like, screw it, I'm not going to go buy jewelry. I'm just going to go play the games because this sounds fun. I mean, it really does. I mean, it's not just with the big starburst signs. Hey, 10% off here, 10% off. But I mean, you've got things up to 70% off. And of course, you do exclude a couple things. I mean, I think loose diamonds and De Beers diamonds,
yes,
and Forever.
Yeah, so De Beers Forever Mark are the same. The Forever Mark went through a little rebrand because they've always been a De Beers holding, but now it's De Beers Forever Mark. But we actually have a few pieces from the De Beers Forever Mark collection that might make an appearance in the game show sale.
A little bit of intrigue going on there. And you've got several different stations set up around the store of all of our favorite game shows that those of us of a certain age probably know and love. You've got, Let's Make a Deal, which I don't think is on the air anymore, is it?
No, I don't think so.
It's on the game show channel, but I don't know if that's those
reruns.
Reruns or...
I don't know.
With Monty Hall Samaras over here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And again, that's it's sort of like a combination between the deal and no deal, right?
Yeah.
So if I see a watch that I like,
you'll see it displayed with the retail price, and then you make me an offer. And if it's something that I'm willing to accept, it's yours.
Really?
Yeah.
That's that simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
That's that simple.
It's that simple. Can we get you drunk first and then?
I'm sure I'll have had a few in me. The longer in the day that you might come in, you might have a better opportunity to buy something.
Or earlier in the day,
your
we've got to hear the dog
right there.
still.
Or early, right.
Name that tune, which is in your trivia corner, and I might be able to kill that one in the 80s music.
I think you can. And the best thing about the Name That Tune is you can choose your genre, your decade, and then you'll have a better chance that way. It's not just shot in the dark.
Wheel of Fortune is there as well.
Wheel of Fortune, that's a good one.
And that's a wheel, right? Not a true wheel.
Yeah.
You spin it for discounts of.
There are additional discounts. There are also prizes. So you can, I think usually there's a column where you can win another piece of jewelry. You can win lunch somewhere downtown. We like to support some of our favorites with little gift certificates so that you can feed yourself after all of the fun you've had at Zachary's.
Wow, okay. The Bachelor, is that represented this year?
The Bachelor will be there again. So.
And that's I've got to imagine that's probably for the weddings and the engagement rings and everything else there as well.
The Bachelor, I think, is a really great opportunity to come in and take a look at wedding bands and engagement rings. We heard years ago that a lot of women aren't happy with their engagement rings.
You've just
but
crushed
they don't. They don't
so
want to
many
say
men
anything.
at this point.
They don't want to say anything, right? So this is a good opportunity if you're one of those women to come in and say, "Oh, well, it's just a great deal," and swap out
so we're getting the insight into the woman's psyche as well as now realizing there's millions of men across this country that have disappointed wives with the rings.
I don't think they were disappointed. They said yes still.
I get it. It's people have personal styles and personal choices, and it's totally off topic. Do you find that most couples shop for engagement rings together, or is it usually like one partner coming in and
there's
winging
a good mixture now. I think it used to be just the men coming in and winging it, which is really daunting, but also really chivalrous. So now we've got a mixture. In every couple you see the couple's relationship and kind of how they've got everything structured come out in how they go about getting an engagement ring.
Typically, they'll come in as a couple and make a selection, or she'll point out a few of the styles that she likes, and he will come back at some point in the future to make the actual purchase. I think the chivalry still does live.
For sure.
Yeah. It's an interesting dynamic. We thought, and taking this back a few years, we thought that when the internet started to open up and diamonds were being sold online, that it would have a negative effect on our business. In fact, it has had just the opposite. These young men and women are coming in with ammunition now. They know what it is that they would like, and they move directly to the actual sale.
Right. I'm looking for a VS. What do you have?
I used to take 2 hours to explain this to young men when they came in 20, 30 years ago. Today, it's a matter of minutes. They come in, I know I want this. What do you have? And then we.
I mean, if somebody wants the lowest price in the bargain basement, they're going to go to the internet. If they want something more, they're going to come, but they're more educated. They know what they're looking to do, and it makes everybody's job a little bit easier.
Absolutely. I think it can make it less intimidating too, because if you think about, you used to just have to walk into a store with no idea what to expect, no idea what you're looking for. That's intimidating. You have no idea kind of what price point you're at. And you've got to play that game of, do I want to tell them right away how much I'm going to spend? Or do I, how much do I disclose? But now, it breaks that first barrier of just complete darkness.
It makes us less of a salesperson and more of a human being with these people.
Well, you're a consultant because, you've got jewelry is pretty much a foreign type of a thing to most people. You guys are obviously the exceptions because you're in the industry. But, somebody coming in to look for, we'll say, an engagement ring or for what makes a Seiko watch better than a Quorum versus a Rolex versus a, whatever it may be. And that's where we rely on the expertise of the 20 under, the 20 under 40 to guide us through that. And what you've built, Steve, over the last decades is the reputation that goes with it. And that's, you're a stalwart of Main Street, and your reputation certainly precedes you.
And that is, in fact, what Constance is attempting to build here as well in Annapolis, carry forth, I should say. But not only that, at a different level, she's, as we've mentioned, the 20 under 40, but her recognition as one of the industry's leading designers was recognized just recently by Lorraine Schwartz and the National Diamond Council. She was selected as one of 6 new designers in the industry by them to start her own line of jewelry. And she was actually sitting at a table last week in New York with Beyonce's mother and Lorraine Schwartz. Lorraine Schwartz, I don't know if you know who that is, but these celebrities on the red carpet adorn her jewelry, much like they do Tiffany and De Beers jewelry. And she's recognized as one of the top
that's cool
jewelry designers in the industry for sure.
Yeah, she's put jewelry on everyone from Elizabeth Taylor to Kim Kardashian. So just really showing you that kind of breadth of celebrity that she's dressed.
Constance was at her table.
That's huge.
It's huge. Again, and this is what she brings to the table. I, of course, started the brand, the Zachary's brand, I guess.
And y'all owe it all to that marketing professor who said, always have it start with an A.
Start it with the letter A.
Flip it upside down. That's who we are.
Well, it probably goes. Well, you also had a year ago, you had a designer in there that won a national for a very intricate sort of, I'm going to say a floral design, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got a best-in-class team. Honestly, every member of our team is exceptional and, can provide guidance and designs and creativity and expertise in, whatever it is that you're looking to do with jewelry. And, we've also got a team that focuses on humanity. So if one of us doesn't have the answer, well, we just turn and ask the one who does. And that's what you get when you come to Zachary's, is you get a whole family working towards whatever it is your goal is.
The game show sale, you definitely want to get down there April 8th through the 10th, which is this coming weekend.
Yes.
And it's going to be fun. What if you don't want to play with the games? What if you're a stick in the mud?
We've got The Price is Right, which is everything in the green sections just already has an incredible price marked down. So you can just walk up, pick it, you see your price, you take it straight to the counter, nobody bothers you.
And then
you get to play Plinko, which is your chance to win up to $500 worth of holiday cash. That's a lot of fun, too.
Oh, so that's spendable during what, the Thanksgiving and New Year's type?
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, I did see on the website where I was looking at that said that you've got the different I guess, color codes? You mentioned, the green, the orange, and the purple. What is the difference between those?
So because we've got so many games going on, we wanted to, section it off so that it made a little bit more sense. So when you walk in, you'll be able to get a map of the store, and that'll break it down. So we've got the green section, which is The Price is Right. We've got the purple section, which is the Name That Tune. The blue section is Let's Make a Deal. We've got Wheel of Fortune in orange and The Bachelor in red.
Okay.
But every color-coded section is going to have different discount opportunities.
Okay, so if I'm looking for a specific piece,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for the color, and then I'm playing trivia to see if I can get an additional discount if my 80s trivia or my 80s music is ready to do that. And if that doesn't work, I can go over to Steve and make him an offer.
Make a deal.
See what happens there. I'll tell you, it's funny. I've been seeing all of your ads for this thing popping up all over Facebook and Instagram, and as I now see it in the flesh here with Steve Samaras in this gold.
I have a purple one too.
That's the one I think that's on the
last year's
on the ads.
That's on the ads. Where the hell did you get these jackets?
Ask Charlie, my wife. She's the one that purchased them for me. And Errol has red, and he has what does he have?
He has a green one.
A green one too. So we've got the.
Now, is Liberace still in the trunk of your car, or what's where did that? That might. Now, will you be wearing these?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, so now that's worth the price of admission alone, just to see with the prices of right T-shirts and the sequin jackets is fantastic. April 8th through the 10th. I don't know what's that. I mean, congratulations to you, Constance, for everything that you've done. For Zachary's, for what you're doing for yourself. Steve, make sure you put a heavy anchor around her ankle so she doesn't leave.
I'm not going anywhere.
She goes, I'm going with her.
But get down to Zachary's Jewelers at the foot of Main Street, 100 Main Street, I believe is the address.
Yes, that's correct.
Right under Buddy's Crabs and Ribs. And honestly, right now at this point, you certainly can't miss the front door because it is bright green and it says they've got the game show sale, which is fabulous. Get out there. And I do want to mention really quickly is that you guys are always doing this Mother's Day contest. Are you doing this again for fifth graders this year?
We are.
Okay. Now, this, for those that aren't aware, fifth graders, it's a countywide thing. If you're in fifth grade, you can design a piece of jewelry for your mom. And it's a contest. And if it is selected by I'm sure a juried group of people that look for this contest, Zachary's Jewelers will actually make that piece of jewelry for your mother.
Yes.
To give it to them for Mother's Day.
We have a number of finalists that we select, the team selects. And from those finalists, we select three of the designs to actually make the piece of jewelry for the young person to give their mom. The selection will be made, I think, on Mother's Day this year.
Yes, I think it will be announced on Mother's Day.
So the mothers obviously know that their child is probably entered, I would imagine, right?
Sometimes.
Well, I guess dads could be sneaky and put it in there, or the kids could be as well. You want to go to zacharysjewelers.com, scroll down to the bottom, and there's a big link there that just says the Mother's Day contest there. And that's you've been doing this for years.
Oh my gosh, this will be either our 12th or 13th year, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's great. And you've gotten some pretty neat jewelries. I love seeing the results at the end of the year.
It's pretty cool what people come up with.
And you see the concept of we're a fifth grader, and I mean, they draw I draw like a fifth grader, this crazy concoction of whatever, and you somehow magically transform it into just a stellar piece of jewelry. And you've had some real successes. You've had some really good jewelries come out of it.
And, it's been a lot of fun. I think kids have enjoyed it. I know we have.
Yeah, it's one of the most magical things I think we do as a company, and it speaks to who we are. Community centric first and foremost.
You've got to really weed that down because you do a lot of magical stuff. I mean, you've got the Nutcracker at Christmas time. Okay, that's pretty darn magical there. Okay, you've got this game show which is kind of fun and unique. I know this was initially started 3 years ago on Thwarted.
We started. When was the event? The sale was supposed to start on the 16th.
It started Monday, and by Wednesday, all the businesses were closed.
We're shut down for COVID.
Yeah. And and last year I said, hey, let's do it, and it's back again this year. So I think it's wonderful. If you guys are looking for any kind of a bargain in jewelry, that you can talk to the experts that will explain to you exactly why, where, just about the history of it. April 8th through the 10th is where you want to go to Zachary's Jewelers. As Steve said, you don't need to play the game. You can just go in, and there is some discounts there in the Price is Right section. So,
and don't be shy. If you need help, our whole team is there. You can easily pull somebody aside to ask for advice or input.
I have to tell you, John, the reason that we made the decision to do this, when Constance brought this to me, as you pointed out at the beginning, we are not a company that really does a sale. Mm-hmm. But the way it was promoted to me or described to me is it would be in character. And in character meaning it's going to be a fun event, a fun sale. And that's what sold me. That's why we're doing it. It's not your typical sale. It's going to be fun.
Well, with a jacket like that, it can't be anything but, I would certainly say. And the one thing, too, is shopping for jewelry can be very intimidating. And again, as Constance had mentioned out, that if somebody is perhaps not the expert on engagement rings or something like that, there is somebody there that's doing it. I ran into somebody, I can't remember what the conversation was, but they were talking about Zachary's Jewelers and bought an engagement ring and with Errol and just said... This was, and they drew a blank on his name. He said, "Oh my God, I can't remember the name." And we were talking. I said, "Yeah," and I think he's from Belize. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay. And he said, "Yeah, I know it was down there." I said, "Oh my God, it was the greatest experience I'd ever had." And I don't remember who it was, but it was recently within the last 3 weeks, and I don't know how long ago it was. But they were again talking about it. That there's the goofy guy coming in going.
He is special. I mean, Errol is the brother I've never had. He's just a special human being, and he's one that if you haven't been in the store and you haven't experienced dealing with Errol, you've got to come in and try him.
Game show sales a special time to do that too, because
you'll
he's in rare form.
You'll be able to find him in the red sequin jacket there as opposed to the gold one. Steve Samaras and Constance Polamalu, thank you guys so much for your time again today. Congratulations on another game show sale. Again, that is April 8th through the 10th, and you want to make sure you get down there to Zachary's Jewelers, snag up some deals. See how good the deals are with Steve. See how tough of a bargainer he is at the end.
Steve, can we get a come on down?
Come on down.
It'll be fun. I will see you there. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
This has been a bonus podcast from Ion Annapolis. Please visit us at ionannapolis.net. Follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Ion Annapolis. And if you haven't subscribed to the Daily News Brief podcast, go for it. And all of your local news will be delivered to your phone, tablet, or smart device by 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday.